Hello, class. Well, this is officially week 2 of the semester. Today is Monday, September 9th, so let's take a look at what we've got going on for week 2. Okay, so just a friendly reminder that every week you'll have assignments due on Friday and on Monday. Those are always the due date days. Okay, so for this Friday, September 13th, please read the Module 2 articles. Module 2 is called Academic Argument. So this module is super, super important for you to read and really dive deep into and understand. This is going to give you a good foundation for writing the essays in this class. Now, you should be actively reading and annotating or taking notes for all readings for this class, including this one. However, you do not need to submit anything for this particular assignment. You can, however, submit annotations or notes for extra credit. These extra credit points will go towards your homework grade, and there is a total of 30 points that you can earn in extra credit for that category. So just keep that in mind. All right, next, you are going to be reading one of the most famous works of writing and thinking. It's Plato and the Allegory of the Cave. So please take your time to read this introduction. It talks a little bit about who Plato was, what exactly is the allegory of the cave, what is an allegory, and then here you can click to download the PDF of the text, which will bring you to this document here. It's fairly short, and all of Plato's writings are in the form of dialogues. So in this particular dialogue, we have Socrates as the main speaker and then his student Glaucon. So it's going back and forth between Socrates and Glaucon. There are a few different parts to this, and it's fairly short, a fairly quick read. So you're going to read this and please annotate or take notes on this text, and then you're going to submit your annotations or notes here. Oh, I went one too far back. So as it says, read the allegory of the cave and submit annotations or notes. After you've done that, so remember that this yellow note here, please make sure you're doing the assignments in the order that they are listed. So you need to read the allegory of the cave first. Then you are going to watch this lecture video, the allegory of the cave lecture. And then you will participate in a discussion. Okay, so there's several different parts to this. So participate in the discussion. Please, of course, make sure you've read the allegory of the cave and watch the lecture video before you participate in this discussion. And then this is going to be connected to the paradigm. So last week you learned about paradigms. You watched the video, you did a little activity that you wrote about and submitted. And so the allegory of the cave is we're going to connect that to paradigms. And really, these are all getting you to think about critical thinking, right? Thinking a little bit deeper. Where are people coming from? What is their point of view? What is their perspective? What has shaped the way that they view the world? All of these things are really working together. And this, knowing these things, understanding these things should help you as you are writing because you are writing argumentative essays. You are trying to argue for or against something, and your goal is to be convincing to your audience. So you have to also understand where they are coming from, and understand where the other side is coming from so that you can create effective rebuttals and refutations. Okay, next up, Monday, September 16th, you're going to need to watch and read and submit annotations and notes for these articles. So there's essentially two articles here. The first one has a video. So you need to watch the video and take notes. And then this is an article that you'll read. Okay. And it's a fairly good sized article. Okay. You do not need to complete the exercises in that article, though, however, because you're going to be doing something very similar for the topic proposal for the claim of fact essay, which is coming up. All right. So for this first assignment, you do need to submit annotations or notes. For the next assignment, you do not. Okay. But again, I'm going to recommend that you're always annotating or taking notes. You've got a notebook beside you. You're writing down notes as you're reading this, as you're reading every article. Okay, so this is just all about the thesis statement. This is English 1B, so I assume that you have familiarity with thesis statements, which is part of the reason why this is not a required, that you don't have to, I'm not requiring you to submit annotations or notes. So it's more of a, hopefully a refresher for you. You'll always start with a working thesis for your topic proposals, which you can then revise and improve and edit as we go along. So this just takes you through, gives you some examples of different thesis statements for claim of fact, claim of value, and claim of policy essays. So I'm giving you an example of a working thesis and then giving you an example of what a revision would look like, what a better option for the thesis would look like. You can submit annotations or notes here if you would like to, or actually, sorry, I'm telling you here to submit them to the extra credit homework assignment. There are also a couple other articles that I've linked here for your reference. All right, number 3, you will need to complete and submit the topic proposal for the first essay, which is the claim of fact. And hopefully you've read that claim of fact essay page, so you know that you're supposed to be writing on what? A conspiracy theory. So I've put this all highlighted here, so for some reason people get confused about this. Please make sure that you know that this topic proposal is for this essay, essay 1, claim of fact, and you must write about a conspiracy theory. So you are attempting to prove or disprove a conspiracy theory. I have a template here that you can use, which I would recommend. It's already all set up. So you make a copy. Hopefully you have a Gmail account. You make a copy and it's all set up in MLA format all ready for you. Okay. You've got the header with your last name. You're going to need to put your own last name here. It's already got the page number. You're going to need to put your first and last name here. This is correct, and you're going to need to change the date. You're also going to need to write down what claim of essay you're writing this for. So this is the claim of fact essay, and then you will just fill out all of the other elements here. There are more detailed directions on the assignment page here. So in addition, I have this infographic down below. So if I'm asking you on the topic proposal to write a main research question and then at least 5 sub-questions. So these are just, it's kind of like a brainstorming infographic. So these are some questions that you can consider for your topic proposal, right? Like what types of questions am I trying to answer? What do I want to discover? What do I want to research and find out about this particular topic? Okay. And then finally, we are going to have a discussion where you post your working thesis. So going back to the topic proposal, you're writing down a list of topics, choosing one, writing a paragraph about it, and then writing down questions. Finally, you are going to write a working thesis, which is essentially just a rough draft of your thesis statement. So what you'll do for the thesis workshop is you're going to copy and paste whatever you wrote here into this discussion. So it's just making sure here that you are doing what you need to do before you reach this point. Then you're going to post the working thesis and you're going to link to one potential source. So you can go on the internet, you can find a source on the internet, or you can also try searching the Chaffey College Library databases. Um, if you are doing just an internet search, though, please try to choose a more trustworthy source. So really consider, where you are getting this link from. Is it just kind of like a Joe Schmo's blog, or is it a source with some credibility to it? So please think about that. I just realized I need to update the dates here, but the due date on here is correct. Okay, let's go back. Okay, back to the week 2 page. So that is it. That's what we've got going on this week. Just some reminders down here for the extra credit assignments. This is the last week to find the hidden Easter egg in the syllabus and submit to get extra credit points for that. If we take a look ahead at week 3, actually, I'm sorry, this is not totally updated yet. My bad. Let's take a look at the syllabus. I will be updating week 3 for you tonight, so that will be available hopefully shortly after this video posts. Okay, so again, week 2, we just went over all of these things. Week 3, next week, you are going to be introduced to the source evaluation assignment, and I will walk you through all of that. You'll have readings from Module 5, which is all about locating and evaluating sources. You may even want to get a little head start on that for your thesis workshop. And then by Friday next week, you'll need to submit replies in the Plato discussion. So you've got a full week to submit replies there. And then by the following Monday, you'll need to submit replies in the thesis workshop and do some MLA format review. Okay, I think that's about it. I know it's a lot these first couple weeks, but now as you see on the syllabus, things are starting to thin out. We're just going to be focusing more on essays and essay related readings and things of that nature. So all of the big business stuff is out of the way from week 1, and a little bit in week 2, more introductory material. And then we're just going to be working mostly on the essays. So that's it for this week. Please, as always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. You can do that through the inbox over here on Canvas. You can also email me directly. All right, that's it for tonight. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.